Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Black Beacon. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about Qing's kit. She is going to be the next limited 5-star character after Florence's banner goes away. I probably said her name wrong. I apologize. But I pretty much reached chapter 4. And in chapter 4, I think in chapter 4, level 1 or stage 1, you can play as Ching and you can also look at her kit, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and check that out real quick. But before I do that, I want to thank you guys a lot. You guys have been showing a lot of support for Black Beacon, and I really appreciate it. And expect to see a lot more Black Beacon content on the channel because I am actually enjoying this game. Of course, there's PC issues. There's like issues with the game, and the developers, they already talked about it. They're gonna fix it, which is really good. I just hope sooner or later the game gets a PC client so that everybody can enjoy the game. So because once this game gets a PC client, the game is going to become even more popular, which is great. So really looking forward to these changes that the developers are bringing to the table when it comes to Black Beacon. So let's go ahead and hop right on over to the game. So here's the thing, guys. Okay, so let's come over here to story. By the way, man, our account is absolutely cooking, man. If you guys haven't checked out my last video, we did get Logos' weapon, which is really nice. But Logos level 60, her weapon is also level 60 as well. So we're leveling up these skills. We're making our way up. We're making our way up. Lychee looking pretty nice as well. We also got his weapon. You guys can see we got his 5-star weapon. We also, we're leveling up his skill as well. So, we're cooking with this account. We're definitely cooking. Let's come over here to the story, okay? So for chapter 4, stage 1, click proceed over here. And you guys can see we have Ching. This is going to be the next limited 5-star character after Florence. So, I mean, if I try to hold this right here, you guys can see they don't really say, like, I can't really look at her kit here. But once I click start, they're gonna put us in. Yeah, we're gonna go into like the battlefield. We're gonna go into the stage here. Wait for it to load up. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and skip this right here. We're gonna skip this. Here we go. Skip story. All right. So we have this new little area. This area looks pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, it looks pretty nice. But dude, why is the game so laggy? I hate when that happens. But we skip here.
The river
You
is
guys can
just up
see
ahead.
we have
Go there
Ching
and take a
here.
look.
By the way, man,
I
this
hope I
character
wasn't
literally
mistaken.
looks like Cloud Retainer from Genshin Impact. But if we click settings over here, you guys can literally see that we have the skill description for Ching, which is a huge W. So we're gonna dissect this. We're gonna check out, her kit to see what she can do. So first things first, we have her basic attack, right? So it says executes a 4-hit basic attack combo dealing basic attack damage. Hold the basic attack button to unleash a heavy strike dealing regular attack damage, and after a perfect dodge, press the basic attack button to chase dealing regular attack damage. So, her basic attack, nothing too serious, nothing crazy. Let's move on to her skill 1. So for skill 1, it says moves in the target direction and attacks dealing regular attack damage. Hitting an enemy activates Swift Blade, released by pressing skill 1 button. Swift Blade moves in the target direction and attacks dealing enhanced damage. So if we click this over here, I mean, this is pretty much what Swift Blade means. She's just moving towards that target that moves in a target direction, dealing enhanced damage. You guys can see scaling over here. Pretty good. Now for skill 2, Azure Ripple, it says performs a circular attack on the spot, dealing regular attack damage. Hitting an enemy activates Abyssal Calm, which can be released with the skill 2 button. In Abyssal Calm, she performs a circular attack on the spot, dealing enhanced damage. So it's pretty obvious that her main damage type is enhanced damage. You have like regular attack damage, heavy attack damage. I think chase attack, like chase damage, something like that. But it seems like her main damage is enhanced damage. So we come over here to her passive skill. Actually, no, let's check out her ultimate. So for her ultimate, it says she leaps into the air and slashes downward, releasing a wave of water that deals ultimate. It's pretty simple. I will say the ultimates for these characters in the game is really not that big. It really depends on like the talent, but like this is pretty simple. She's just dealing damage. So let's go and take a look at the passive. This is what's really important here. So enemies struck by Swift Blade or Abyssal Calm have their next basic attack transform into Wave Slicer. Wave Slicer is a powerful downward strike that deals enhanced damage to all enemies in a straight line. So just reading her kit, she seems like a pretty simple unit. Dealing damage, that's literally it. Dealing damage and dealing enhanced damage. Now let's go and check out the talent here. So for talent 1, it says while channeling Wave Slicer, she gains a super armor and a 15% damage resistance bonus. So she pretty much becomes like a tanky unit once you get that talent 1. Not bad. And then for talent 2, it says the attack range of Wave Slicer is increased. Not bad as well. Talent 3, she gets a 5% attack boost. And then for talent 4, it says increases the damage of Swift Blade and Abyssal Calm by 40%. This is actually pretty good. A 40% damage increase for Swift Blade and Abyssal Calm is actually pretty nice. And then for talent 5, she gets a 50% crit damage increase. Now, I will say her talent compared to characters like Li Chi, his talent is like leagues better. Like the fact that you get a whopping 45% crit damage boost and you get like a 60% thunder damage bonus. He's actually like his talent is way better. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like her talent, damage resistance, super armor, increasing the range of her wave slicer, Swift Blade, it's really not that crazy, but maybe her weapon is actually cracked. Who knows? Maybe her weapon is insane. Who knows? But I will say her talent compared to characters like Li Chi, it's really not that deep. He just becomes a lot more tanky at talent 1, increases the range, and just deals more damage with talent 4. And that's pretty much it. That's literally all you have. So that is literally the info we have for Qing. So let's go ahead and see her gameplay real quick. Let's move around here, okay? What does her dash look like? Yeah, I like her dash. Dash looks pretty cool. It's like water. Remember, guys, she is a water unit. So, yeah. Go and do some basic attack real quick. And move my mic. Okay, let's see what she got. Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay, so that is her basic attack. And let's do her charge attack here. Okay, so she does have a charge attack. What is that blue glow? Interesting. Okay, so that's her charge. Now let's go and do her Q here. You guys can see when she uses her Q, she consumes a vigor here, a vigor point, right? So let's go and do that one more time. Can she spam it? No, she can't spam it. All right, I was going to do her E real quick. Okay, now her E is actually going to be pretty good. The fact that it's like AoE, I can tell that her E is going to be pretty nice. I will say compared to Florence, Florence is way more technical compared to Qing. And I will say Li Chi. I would say Li Chi is technical, but Li Chi is a little bit more complicated compared to Qing. But she's pretty simple, guys. Like she's really not that hard to use, man. Like you just use her skills and that's literally it. But let's go and see, what you can do here against enemies. Let's just talk to this guy.
Saw you from afar and
I'm gonna skip over this so that we can just get right into the combat.
I should head to the riverbank and take a closer look.
All right, so we got some enemies here. Let's see what she got.
What's with all these insects?
So you guys can see she inflicts that elemental anomaly on the enemy. Let's do this. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so it's like when you use her Q, you guys can see when you use that Q there, and then you get like enhance. You pretty much enhance her basic attack when you use that Q. That looks pretty nice. Wait, can we actually skip this? No, we can't. I ain't gonna lie, this character looks pretty cool. She looks really, really nice. Let's just skip through this. Hopefully some more enemies spawn in. So we can fight them. Do they actually spawn in here? Let's check and see if there's more enemies here in the back. Oh, there's nobody. Okay, we can actually. Okay, let's go and check out her E now. Okay, so that's how you use her. It's like when you use her Q, her skill 1, and if you hit the enemy, you can use it again, and then you use basic attack. And then when you use her skill 2, you pretty much do it, and then you use it again, and then you do her enhanced basic attack. So every single time you hit an enemy with her skill 1 or skill 2, you're going to get an enhanced basic attack. Yeah, she's pretty simple, man. Let's just skip that right there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, she's a very simple unit, man. Is she gonna be better than Florence? I have no idea. It really depends on her damage. Now the thing is, seeing how she can inflict that water elemental anomaly on the enemy. I'm pretty sure if you inflict water on the enemy, they can freeze. I definitely need to make a video talking about elemental anomaly because some of you guys asked me to make a video talking about that. But she is a water unit, so hopefully, like, okay, if she can deal some good damage, it would be really nice if she can build up that water elemental anomaly a lot faster, because she'll be able to freeze enemies, which is actually pretty good. So is there a way for me to actually view elemental anomaly here? Maybe not, but we're going to talk about that in another video. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the next character, Ching. She looks really nice. But me personally, I'm going to summon for Florence because I feel like Florence has way more potential. And of course, you know, when it comes to these gacha games, the first limited 5-star character, they're probably going to get power crept in the future. It happens all the time. Hopefully the power creep in this game isn't that aggressive. But I'm going to go for Florence. We're at 23 pity here. Definitely going to get this character because she's very strong. But Ching, I might get Ching. It really depends. But as of to right now, she seems like a very simple character. Doesn't really He doesn't really seem complicated whatsoever. Just dealing damage, AoE damage, and maybe she's gonna be able to inflict her element, like water element, on the enemy. Like she's gonna be able to freeze them a lot faster. Maybe that's gonna be the case. Who knows? And if she can actually do that, then that's actually pretty good because characters like Florence, right? If we come over here to Florence, Florence is a master at inflicting light elemental anomaly on the enemy. When we check her skill over here, you guys can see that whenever she uses let's see if we can actually look. It says the last move inflicts a huge amount of light anomaly. So if she can do the same thing, that would be good, but I don't think that was in her kit. So yeah, all I'm getting from Ching is AoE damage. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm getting from the character, AoE damage. Really depends on, you know, if her damage is actually good or not. If her damage is not worth it, then that's gonna suck. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's pretty much all the details we have for Ching. Hopefully that was able to help you guys out because some people are deciding if they want to summon for Ching or Florence. So hopefully I was able to, you know, help you guys out and help you understand how Ching works. You know, we don't know any details when it comes to her weapon, her 5-star weapon. But as of to right now, I will say that she seems like a pretty simple character, and she doesn't really seem to do much. Be honest, she doesn't really seem to do much compared to Florence. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be catch you guys on the next one. Adios.